Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So in today's video I want to talk about Tiwa Savage ex-husband. They broke up. You know, for anyone that does not know, Tiwa Savage is a Nigerian singer, and she was married to this guy, and then they broke up, and I think he was her manager as well or whatever, but that's not what my video is about. So recently this guy made the post that seems to be going viral. Some newspapers shared it here and there, and it's being shared on Facebook and, you know, around the place. And first thing first, I'm gonna say he shared this picture of him and his children, and he said, "My strength, I ball different, private schools and college funds." I'm gonna say that was such a nice thing to read, because when he said I ball different, you know, what I understand by it is, like, you know, the way nowadays, the way people are balling is to come on social media and show their most expensive clothes and, you know, their flashy cars and their mansions or whatever, all of that. But what I understand from that is that this is how he balls, meaning that this is his own show off. This is what makes him happy. This is what makes him proud. This is what, you know, I have to show, you know. And he's talking about the private schools and college funds. I personally loved that, because let me tell you, when people come on social media and show, you know, I have this fleet of cars, look at me, you know, I wear designer wears, I always say to myself, and so what? You know, I'm not saying they're not nice to wear, but why, like, okay, that's how I see it. Okay, you know, but when you look at someone like this, because you see, all these designer wears and all, these are just clothes. Okay, and some people that even come on social media and post this thing, they may not necessarily be at that level, but your designer wears and your several cars or whatever, how does that really impact society? Like, how? I'm just being honest. But when somebody invests in their children, you know, I make videos where I say, me, I don't play with children, I prioritize children. Okay, when somebody shows that he's, you know, his children are a priority, I find that really admirable. Like, I admire that, because it's not about coming and showing design or whatever. He is helping society. Raising your children well builds good society, because they are the future. Your designer wears does nothing for society. No, it does nothing. Oh, I have 10 cars, and so what? I'm not saying don't have, but I'm saying that when I see something like this, it puts a smile on my face, and I'm hoping that other people can emulate this and know what it is to be proud about. You know, I want to be able to be proud to say my children doing well in school, my children have you know, good education, my children become successful in the future. When I say successful, finish their college degrees and they have a job and they're independent. They are not a liability to society. That is what I want to be proud of. You know, I want to be proud about the fact that, oh yeah, I passed on my cooking skills to my children, that my children can walk into a kitchen and cook up a storm. That makes me proud. I shared a story once of my son that he went to visit a friend of his, and that his friend was home alone, you know, and the mother went for the weekend, you know, to another state. My son went to visit his friend, and his friend was like, "Oh my goodness, I miss chips. I would like to eat chips." And he said to my son, "Can you make chips?" And my son was like, "What do you mean? Like, I don't understand." He said, "Can you make chips?" He said, "Yes." And he said, "Really?" And my son fried chips for him. And he was like, "What? You can fry chips?" My son came home telling me, "Can you imagine that this my friend, so and so, you know, I went to that, I couldn't fry chips." You know, I was proud. Because if it was my child, you see, that boy, the mother went away, she, you know, made him food and put in the fridge for him to eat. But you see, you can't fry chips and keep. You need to be fried fresh. And he wanted to eat fried chips. And I was proud that I have raised a son that can eat what he wants because he can cook it. I'm just talking about what people should actually focus on. Building up the next generation that can do well, excel in society, and will contribute positively to their own lives and the life of their family and society. Contribute positively. When I see that post, like I'm saying, to see him brag about the fact that his children's college fund, private schools are not that priority to him, I admire that. Absolutely admire that. Why I like a post like that? Because I'm personally sick and tired, personally, of people just come on social media and say, "Look at my several cars, and look at my, you know, my mansion, and look at all my designer clothes." And I'm always saying, what are you trying to say to other people? There is nothing there to learn from it. There's nothing there. But something like this, I think, it will inspire another person to say, it's actually true. I should start actually saving college fund. You know what? Some people may not know what it means to say a college fund. You know what it is to have a separate account or something to say, I'm saving up this money for my children's education. You get my point. It's not aspiring to be one of those people that wear designers. No, aspiring to be one of those fathers or mothers that saves and keeps money aside for their child's education. That is what I call inspiring others. That post is inspiring. Okay, there's another one where he shared and said, I think it's his daughter, and he said, my first love. That's a lovely, it's a lovely picture. Those are this is, when I make videos, I always say, this is my personal opinion. Okay, your opinions you can leave in the comment section. This is how I feel about something. You're free to leave how you feel about something in the comment section. When I saw that, and I saw that she's a beautiful young lady. By the way, I don't typically like to show other people's children on my channel, but I'm showing this because he posted it publicly. It's not a private post, but he publicly posted it. So that's why I'm going to show this. And then something else I want to talk about that I think is a good thing to remind a lot of us about. There are cases where people may not be in a position to make this decision, but I want to say that if you can, it's good to settle down early and have your children early, because now we have people that are having children in there. And that's the one thing I have to say. This is a suggestion, something that I think this inspired me to say, let me actually suggest it. I don't know how old he is, but he must have had his children early, and I'm thinking he was previously married and they have these children. The beautiful thing about it is that at his age, he already has grown up children. I think if people can avoid it, it's good to have children as you can, because I find some people, they chase money too much. They already have it, but they're just chasing until they become the richest before they want to have children. And then they have children. You see a man in his late 40s having children. By the time he's in his 60s, their children are still in primary school, a 60-year-old man is still doing school runs, and you get what I'm trying to say. And then sometimes when you have children early, the chances of, by the grace of God, let's say that, being able to be around to see your grandchildren, the chances are higher. And then being able to be around to actually raise them to adulthood, because when you start late, sometimes you may not be available for them when they need you. But I think that seeing that, to see that he already has this kind of big grown children, and by God's grace, if things go the natural way of people grow old before they die, no accident, nothing, would have finished raising them, spending all the money that is required to raise them, and be there for them through these stages of their life, and sit back early enough in life to say, yes, I have done it. I have raised my children. This one is already working. That one is working. That one is working. I'm just saying it, that it is a good idea if people can, because I personally come from a community. My people, personally, let's say my town or whatever, men don't typically settle down early. My side of Igbo land, let me put it that way. I don't want to generalize because Igbo land is big. Men don't typically settle down quick enough, and they have money, but they just want, they postpone it way too much. Don't get me wrong, somebody's going to be like, oh, don't have children until you have money. I didn't say you should go and have children where you have zero to provide for them. I'm just saying, you don't have to be the richest man in town before you start having children. As long as you can, you understand, you have the money, you don't chase too much. So basically, people then end up having children so late that they, you see a man, he's 50-year-old and his child is only 5-year-old. You get my point? I'm just saying that this is beautiful to see a man of his, I don't know his age, but I think he's young enough to have these grown children. It's only a suggestion, but before somebody, I know comment section, so, well, okay, that aside. Another area that came to my mind is this. This guy was married to Tiwa Savage, and I don't think most people knew this guy was married before, and he has these grown children. And the fact that he's come up now and shown his grown children, when I saw that, what came to my mind is, if he was a woman, and people found out that, so he was already married before he married Tiwa Savage. If it was a woman, the way this story would go, so she was even married before, useless woman, you born here, you born there, What I'm basically talking about is the double standard in our society. These are the kind of video where when I say this, you will see some men start coming, feminist. At this point, I'm so used to it. If you ever say any pimp, some men will start shouting feminist. They don't even know. That is just the funny part. They don't even know what feminism is. They have no clue. Oh, you did that. Let me tell you, we cannot pretend about the double standard in our society. I'm happy for this guy. Children are beautiful. It's unfortunate his marriage with Tiwa Savage did not work out. Or unfortunate that whatever marriage he had these other children in did not work out. Fact. But the way we are very quick to be understanding when it is a man, why can't we be equally understanding when it is a woman? If it was Tiwa Savage, you know, I made a video before where I was saying, you see Tiwa Savage, she has only married once. She's divorced. She has one child in her marriage. She has not remarried, right? Then look at Two-Face. Two-Face Idibia has 3 baby mamas, okay? No, I don't want to say, because some people say he was actually married to this other woman before, so I don't want to say what I don't know. But at the end of the day, he has children from 3 different women. One relationship would have lasted whatever for him to have produced 3 children in that relationship. The other one would have lasted whatever for him to have provided 2 children. And then his current wife, 2 children. There were several relationships, and these children came out of. I'm going to say children are a blessing. I always say it doesn't matter what way they came into this world. But what I'm talking about is the double standard. If Tiwa Savage is still being dragged for being a divorcee, I'm not here saying support divorce. So what I'm saying is that why the double standard? This guy was married before. Look at his beautiful children. And then he married Tiwa Savage. Even Tiwa Savage's son is not in that other picture because I think he lives in America or something like that. So Tiwa Savage lives in Nigeria and her son is with her, you know. And I think he goes to visit because I remember there was a time when Tiwa Savage posted a video where the guy came to visit the son and the son was happy to see his father and all of that. And I'm thinking they are doing a very good co-parenting, which is amazing because that's always the best thing for the children. If the parents can, you know, mutual ground or a very peaceful ground where they can parent a child together, you know. But what I'm talking about is double standard. The fact that if it was Tiwa Savage, that the story would be different. People would buy, you know, even up till now, Tiwa Savage is still being dragged for being a divorcee with a son. You know, so what I'm saying is, if you're going to say something is not right, don't say it is right only when a man does it. It's only when a woman does it that it is wrong. If I say, you know, I made a post in which I said, if you have 2 children, let's say twin, a boy and a girl, right? And you do not believe that male and females are equal. And I said, can you tell me what your male child should have the right to do that your female child shouldn't? Many of them, as I told you, they abuse themselves. They cannot give me, they cannot list it, what they should have a right to do. So here, I'm not coming here to talk about whether divorce is good or bad. That's what my video is about. What I'm saying is that if you're going to say something is bad, don't say it is bad only when a woman does it, not when a man does it. Or when a man does it, not when a woman does it. That is double standard. That is basically what I'm saying. Our double standard in our society, you know, is too much. And it needs to be addressed. Truth is the truth, regardless. So people will come here and say, feminism, blah, blah, blah. Now you sabi. I cannot keep my mouth from saying the truth because of your whatever. Now you sabi. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is this. Don't call something evil because a woman did it. But when a man does it, it's okay. When a man, or vice versa. Okay? Anyways, I saw that I want to come and share with you guys. Basically, I think there are 3 things I said in this video. Seeing that post, what came to my mind is the fact that, you know, I appreciate the fact that this guy knows what it is to prioritize what really matters. And he's saying that he was different. I really admire that. The second thing I talked about is the idea of if you can have children early, so you can be around for them, you know, for longer. So you can get to be there for them, how do I say, to be available to see them grow and be there to raise them and actually sit back and see your hard work and say, yes, my children have settled down wherever, you know, and all of that. The third thing I wanted to address, and which I have, is the double standard that, you know, that I see in our society. As always, this is my opinion, and you are free to leave whatever your opinions are in the comment section. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.